I'm going to call the meeting to order. Here is the American flag. If we could just say the Pledge of Allegiance together. I pledge allegiance to the
To
flag
the flag
of the United
of the
States
United
of
States of
America
America
and to the
and to the
republic for which it
for which it
stands,
stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty and
liberty
justice
and
for all.
justice for all.
Yay.
Okay,
And because we're limited, Ray, I'm going to go ahead with the roll call. I have Nicole Signoli.
thank
I have
you,
Donna Lynn Wales.
thank you,
I have Kevin Daly.
thank you.
Present.
I have you, Ray.
Yes,
Absence with excuse is Sue. And absent, I hope they're going to join us later, is Marita and Aaron.
Well, the good news is the Zoom link works this week without issue.
I know. I don't know what I did. I have to ask my staff. I'm here. This is what I'm hesitant to make it a repeating link because I don't want to be photobombed.
Right.
But I think I may do that going forward. Like
Okay.
it'll be the same link all the time, but I'm half and half on that. Moving right along, was anyone able to read the minutes from the meeting?
Yes.
Were there any changes? I can tell already what the first one is. It said June 26th, so that's a problem. It was July 26th. And then unfinished business B, it says parade of something. I think it was supposed to be parade or something. Both are my errors.
Wait a minute. Well, I'm looking at meeting minutes from August 7th.
Correct? And the error is, it says
Where's the error?
June 26. It's supposed to say July 26.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
On
Yeah.
item number 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
My error.
Yep. The next one though.
Event timeline discussion,
Yeah.
unfinished business B, first bullet. Town events were suggested to be after Memorial Day of something. No, I think it's or something. Of is really supposed to be or. That's me.
Or I think it might be or.
Yep, that's
Or
exactly
something
right.
simple on the town green, right?
Yep. So that's me. That's one of my typical errors.
Yeah.
That's all I couldn't find. But other than that, I would like to move to accept the really July 26 meeting minutes with the 2 edits as noted, unless anyone else sees any other edits.
I do not, but I'll motion that. Motion to
Okay.
accept the minutes.
Second.
Okay. All in a favor?
Aye.
Okay.
aye,
I have no correspondence from outside, so that's a none. Again, we don't have a treasurer's report because there's nothing there. Here comes Karen. At 7:09, Karen is joining us, Ray.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, I have nothing from the town hall either. No donations, nothing from the town hall about a budget yet. Okay. Are you okay, Ray? You're up to date?
Yes,
Okay, good.
thank you. Yeah,
The next thing we had on our agenda was unfinished business to talk about swag, t-shirts, t-shirts, caps, and where we are with things. So right now I have 2 of the 3 vendors were able to provide samples. The third vendor, I believe, may be overwhelmed with school uniforms or other school things. They keep saying, I'm coming, but we haven't been able to have them in. The other thing that I have gotten approved by the town council was the opportunity to use Amazon merch on demand. So that was approved by the town attorney and town council. The financial background of that, I am working with finance to figure out. Here's the problem, because it's Amazon and it's an open cloud, and if in fact Amazon is looking to give let's say we sell the t-shirt for $20 and we get $2.50 as a royalty donation, our profit from that t-shirt. That is a royalty that Amazon on a monthly basis deposits into a bank account. Well, we really don't want to have Amazon having access to all the bank accounts. So they're trying to figure out how we can maybe put some firewalls or things like that, or what other ways to do it. It may work, it may not. And I said, if it doesn't work, it was something good to talk about. If not for this townwide event, maybe another townwide event. And I said, we are talking to the local merchants, so we're doing everything. And they're like, okay, we'll figure something out. I'm like, okay. So that's it's the financial nitty gritty right now.
Right.
And if you hadn't, and going forward, I thought about this as I was waiting for everyone to join us. If you weren't able to vote, I know I shared when I'm in the office, but if you really want to come and it's a Saturday's better for you, we can talk about any kind of thing, whether it's issues, picking up baseball hats or something. I am willing to work with you, like a late hour, a Saturday hour, to see what we can do. So I just wanted to make sure you knew that too. I
Thank
wasn't
you.
trying to be.
I was trusting in Mr. Daly's expertise, knowledge of that particular topic.
Totally understand. And that's why I said, for those who do care, come on down. For what and let me just tell you how the voting has transpired. So we had 5 people vote, and I'm going to go through the questions. Question 1 was fabric and weight. So so those who weren't here, I put 5 t-shirts on my table, my credenza. Everything had a number on it. And so of the 5 t-shirts presented, please select your top 3 fabric or weight t-shirts. So choice number 1 came out t-shirt number 5. This was the gray one, for those that remember.
Mm-hmm.
That's t-shirt number 5. It's a gray one. Not the color, just the fabric. And then second choice was t-shirt 4. This was the one that had this on it. T-shirt number 4 was, and then the third choice was 3. Just to give you an idea. Question 2. Color. So I have of the white, gray with a black logo, or black t-shirts with a reverse logo. There was all that we talked about. What are your top 3 colors? So of the t-shirts, the number 1 is gray. And I think, and I presented this kind of like, it's like a sweatshirt gray, but I think it's a pretty gray, but I think some kind of gray we'll talk to the vendors about, but I did like kind of this kind of gray. Number 2 was black. And third choice was white. I thought that was interesting.
Calling, please.
I thought that was interesting.
Why did you think it was interesting?
Because I thought that the black was going to go hotcakes, or the white. I really thought it was going to be, no, gray would come in third. Isn't that fun?
No, we're not.
So anyway, so the logo, the position of the logo, or the type of logo. So the logo itself of the heat press t-shirt, which is t-shirt number 1, or the silk screen t-shirt, which was number 4, what was your preferred application? And this was one. This is, I don't know if you can see it. Whoops, kind of like
That's
that
the heat
glossy
press,
kind of
right?
color.
Yeah,
That's
that was
the
the heat press.
heat press. And then this was the silk screen, which was, it's a little better. So guess what won? Silk screen. And then question 4 was logo position. Which would you prefer? Over the heart as presented or across the chest? We had one person for across the chest, but 4 people for the heart location. So we know that. And then the next one was the cap color. So of the white, gray with the black logo, or black with the reverse logo, of the caps presented, what were your top 3 colors? And in order was black and white and gray were tied for both. It was, so we'll have to flip a coin when we want to get that far. So I thought black was interesting. It did look sharp, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
It did. Oh, nope. And I know, and so I know, right? You're gonna be like, oh my God, what is she asking? And I even asked my office assistant, I said, am I being really anal about this? And she's like, no, because this is like the order form. I'm like, I know, it's like the order form. So the last thing is, and it's
The
important,
buckle.
the cap closure of the solid, like Velcro closure or the buckle closure. What did you prefer? 1 said the cheapest and 2 said the buckle. I really think the buckle is going to be the way. And my office assistant said, my son plays baseball. The cap closure is important. I said, okay, so I'm going to say buckle. So in a way, we have the parameters we want. I just don't know what that weight t-shirt is. I'm going to have to call that provider and say, what would you call it? This is what they're looking for, and get 3 bids that way so that we can get all of that going.
And was that all cotton or was that a
All
50?
cotton. Mm-hmm.
All cotton.
All cotton. And it's funny, it's the most, if I'm not mistaken, and the gang can correct me, because everybody here, except you, Ray, was able to come in and vote. They're all like 100% cotton, but they all feel different.
Yeah. Yeah, the Caroluzzi's, the dark green, I thought was really heavy.
It was heavy, nice, but I don't know that I'd like that.
I think just a little beyond what we're looking for.
I think so too.
Too much of a good thing.
Too much. So here's what I'm going to do. We have no money, who cares? But I am going to go proceed with the 3 vendors. I'm going to pretend like it's an order form. And I'm going to say, I'm going to go to the vendor with that gray t-shirt or the one that won, the weight of the t-shirt that won, and see if they can come in with a couple of different grays, since that was the popular color, and start there to say, okay, tell me what kind of t-shirt that is. For instance, the baseball cap, I think I shared with you, is a dad's cap. That's like the jargon of the business. And I'm like, oh, okay. So there may be something I can start working and getting like an Excel program together and figure out what we want and how that looks and get a little bit of pricing while we're waiting for money. Anything else about the swag or the t-shirts or anything like that?
Yeah, Nicole.
Go ahead, Donna.
Okay. I
Donalyn.
had a thought after I had left that day, and I didn't check it on the cap. If it's the slide, check the fabric that's used for the buckle.
As far as I know, and I'm going to get it. Hold on. Let me
Yeah,
just, I'm not going to get you seasick as I run around. Hold on.
Yep.
I thought it was the same as the hat.
I thought so too, but I couldn't remember. I had a hat one time where it wasn't the same and it was a silkier material, and that did not hold the buckle in place when you adjusted it. It slides. So
I didn't hear all of that, Donna, but yes, it is. In all the pictures, when the buckle, it was the same material as the cap.
Okay, so that's good, because I was saying that how I had a cap one time where that's the material that the buckle was through was more of a silkier material, and it did not hold in place, and I threw it out. So I, for whatever reason, that cap did it different. The fabric was different than the cap, but I just wanted to check on that.
And I'll thank you for bringing that to my attention in case something comes up and we have that conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you. We got caps and t-shirts. Yay, isn't that exciting?
Good.
It's a
We're
start.
one thing down. That's all I had for here. And Donna Lynn, you're next on the agenda. If you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And what I did for all of you, see, I didn't know if everybody has Excel at home. So that's why I sent things as a PDF, that thing. But Donna Lynn has in this Excel, there's a couple different tabs. And Donna Lynn, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to share your Excel document. Can everybody see it?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
I don't, hang on. Is it too big?
Little
Not,
small.
not big enough.
Oh, not big enough.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too much.
Okay. That's a little too much, but that could be good right there.
Right there?
A
Yeah,
little
that's
bigger.
it.
I can always move the bar if we need to, or
No,
up and
go,
down.
you had it. You had it right. A little bigger.
Yeah, a little bigger.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. That
Good.
should do it.
Okay, good. So
So-
I am, since I volunteered you as the victim, Donna,
Mhm.
Okay.
Donna Lynn, I'm going to ask you to please walk us through your thoughts, what you and Sue DeGeorge talked about, as we talk about this event calendar.
Okay. So Sue and I had met here, just coming up with potential ideas. This is all draft. And it breaks it down to say column B is the event itself, which 1 and 2 are not the events per se, but I just had to have a note of what we kind of need as far as an assignment from the team. And then C is who from the team has ownership, I'll say, of that event. That if we need to go towards people who sponsor the event, which are those that are in column D and E, they had that contact person as well. But that person of our committee would be the one to be responsible to coordinate and ensure that event was launched and done. And then we had proposed, okay, in columns F and G and H, is this an event that we would want as a day in the park, or does the event itself go on its own, as its own individual event with a date? Some events could have been both. We could opt to have them as a day in the park or as their individual event. Others are not that way. So if we go back to the left to column A, just starting at row 3, row 7 rather, item number 3, the proclamation. There you go. I would put like Sue would be in there. Sue DeGeorge, she would own that. And we are the sponsor for it. And in column D, and who would we contact? We would contact her selectman's office. She came up with Mike Ansis and the music band director, because maybe we would want to have the band there, etc. And it would be done. Well, I see the dates came through of some proposals she had. So it would be, where would it be, at town council or the town hall or somewhere else? And now she had come through with potential dates. If we did it at the town hall, it would be September 6, 20 and October 18. And I would put that in there. I'll make the updates, Nicole, that's fine. You don't have to worry about it. And if we go back to the left, because then you don't have to make any changes. So we also came up with, and these are just people's names I thought appropriate, but certainly change. Another event is the reenactment of either the Revolutionary or Civil War. Kevin, maybe you could be the
Yes.
contact for that, and work with maybe the people that could sponsor that event, leverage it, would be maybe Save Our Stepney or the Lions Club.
Yeah, I contacted Save Our Stepney on the 2013 Civil War reenactment. They do not have anything available in their financials to kind of give us a sense of how much that would cost. But I know that that particular group that worked with them was specifically Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
I have to look and see if there's a
Okay.
Revolutionary era. But these are bands. There's a huge difference between musical representation of an era and a Civil War reenactment. Um,
Well, they
I
did
don't know
both.
So
if a Civil War reenactment is something that is realistic. I'm going to be honest with you. It sounds very expensive, and
Well,
well, what would be with your,
I spoke to Lee Hostler about that because he's with my chamber board, and I know
yes.
he's instrumental in getting that pulled together back in that good era. So
Hmm.
I did inquire with him. He says he has a whole file of it in his cabinet at home
Well, it's great because I
with all the
spoke to.
contacts and all the numbers and
Yep.
everything. So I could always ask Lee if he, you know, pull that out if you wish to see it.
Yeah, that's good.
so I
You
would
know,
make then, I wouldn't do, I wouldn't make another row, Nicole. I would do it that change number 4 that says reenactment or Revolutionary War music, one of the two, and put Kevin and Ray as that. Because I could even update this live because you're gonna have to send it back to me anyways because I got updates I need to make on my own. Oh, you're muted, Nicole.
Heard you correctly. You're saying the cost of a reenactment is not really where we're going. We're looking at more like a concert on the green, a revolutionary concert or
well,
presentation of music.
back in 2013, when the Save Our Stepney Task Force had the 150th anniversary of the Civil War, they had this group come in period costume in Civil War era, 1850s or 1860s, excuse me. Um, and they kind of marched onto the green in period costume, playing period music,
Mm-hmm,
and it was very effective.
mm-hmm.
Um, but like I said, that's Civil War as opposed to the American Revolution. So there's a difference in costume. There's a difference in some difference in music and what have you. But it was by no means a reenactment. A reenactment would require gunfire and cannon fire and things and a lot
Horses
of
and
horses
insurance.
and insurance and I mean I could probably be the wounded soldier getting his legs cut off, but other than that, I really don't think that
So,
a reenactment would come together.
okay.
I just
So then I would change 4, Nicole. Don't make another line. I would just change 4 and call it, let's just name it Revolutionary War or Civil War music on the green.
yeah,
You know,
I
do
think
it
that would
that
be good.
way. Because we can go through these and we don't have to get into detail about what, but just look at the events and so see if they can be leveraged. There you go. And put Kevin and Ray. And then they could leverage, they'll be in contact with still maybe Save Our Stepney or the Lions Club.
Mm-hmm.
And so that you
Is
get
there
rid of row number 9 there.
so I I'll start researching
Yep.
a band. I would expect they would be upstate or what have you. Try and get a sense for the cost involved and how many individuals would be part of that. Um, so where would this be taking place? At Wolf Park or
That's,
on the
well, that's
green?
where we can, for all of these events, I think we just have maybe want to go through the events first
Yeah,
and then come back and cycle to say where we would want it. Because the other thing too is that what drives the timing of this
yeah.
is the,
Timing is the other
of the
question.
year, right?
Right.
Forget we're not even at the point, are these people available, if anybody we need, just the time of the year, because we don't have a lot of months in which to operate, particularly outdoor events.
So the time frame is May, June. If I can find
I
some other
think,
kind.
yeah, I didn't put anything down for that one.
Okay, but just I mean, I'm going to need something to kind of with regard to inquiries on the a window on the calendar
Yep.
of when this is looking to be.
Right.
Okay.
So
Okay. Very good.
now, and see how this number 4, if you look at columns, F, G, and H, don't move it, Nicole, we're all fine. But it could go, this is an event that could go either as the day in the park in column F, which is why the X is there, or it could go in its own individual event, depending upon availability or how big it is, or, you know, whatever we want. So that we can determine together. But yeah, the day in the park, we were proposing somewhere in May to June, because it's, we can't do it, we can't do it in 2025, and you're gonna want to wait until the weather gets better for 2026. So we propose that. But then if we go down to number 5, there is the day in the park itself. And there's a good couple of items that we had there on what we would do.
Sorry.
And what you can do, Nicole, to scroll through things, go in 5, click in column 5B there, row 5, item 5B. Just click in there, double click. And then, yeah, and then you can just use your up down key to see everything that, nope,
That's
no,
fine.
you did it wrong. Want me to share?
Either way,
Okay,
I was just gonna go like this, just keep going. Day in the park, food, children's. Oh,
yeah,
it's too
see where you don't
fast.
see it, you don't see it all because it's too big for the screen. So I can just, let me just, yeah, stay there. So now, once you're in there, you use your up down arrow key, okay? So we have food trucks, which would be, we just need people to do all of these different items assigned to it if we choose to do a day in the park. Food truck, swag booth. We thought the hot air balloon airlift, where, you know, could be a fundraiser where the hot air balloon comes in and they just take 6 in a basket, lift you up for 10, 15 minutes and come down, you know, just, it's tethered. And then there was also a water balloon toss that we thought for that day, and there could be many other things that we host. And again, there were people that were sponsors, like for the food with the pizza. I think, Ray, it was it the Rotary Club that did the pizza at the Bicentennial? Okay, because
Yes.
that worked perfectly. So the Rotary Club with contact Ken, the scroll up to number 2 there, Nicole, within that cell. It was the face painting and the children's tattoo. And at the Bicentennial, the town committees did it, DTC and RTC. The Grange we wanted to bring in, so to do something with farming across the years. Maybe they could have a petting zoo there. We could have, maybe Benedictus would come in and bring in a cow and milk, or you know, we have chickens there and do a fake thing that you take an egg and you get the golden egg, you get a prize or so, candy, all sorts of little things like that. And we could bring in the tattoo on that day if you wanted.
I didn't put all that chili in there either.
Go down to number 6, item number 6, Nicole, the next one down.
Here's what, can I be the reality check?
Yep.
Here's the thing, if you want it in the park, you gotta make the reservation now with the
Right.
Park and Rec Department.
Yep.
So that would be critical sooner than later, because I would imagine they probably start planning, if anything like us, probably in October, November.
Well, yeah, and that's true for everything here, because everybody liked that tattoo. Everybody's celebrating 250, so they're going to go right after all these organizations that
Right.
are celebrating the antiquities here. So yeah, this number 6, I actually have, my dad was involved in the bicentennial of the nation back in 250 and back in 76, and they actually did this. They at the time, the cemeteries did not have flagpoles in them. So there was a dedication ceremony that they went out and they bought all flagpoles into the cemeteries that were there at the time, Cutler's Farm, etc. And they had a ceremony for their installation with some of these organizations that are here at the time. And I just thought that what we could do is pick up on that to say that let's get the VFW and American Legion involved. They could get flags and we could place them on the veterans' graves. No one does that up here on the graves for that I've seen come Memorial Day. So it's not like it's going to be a repeat, but we would get the VFW American Legion to do that and place for the veterans on their graves there that are the cemetery is listed, and then also enlist the scouts, the Knights of Columbus, because they were involved the last time with the flagpole, and so was the Masonic Lodge. And, you know, for me, I can be the contact to lead that, and I already know the VFW and the American Legion there. So that's another, and that would be in early May. Do that in May, before Memorial Day, so they're in place. I think it would be good timing. 7, Nicole. Whoops. One more down. Yep, there you go. Now, these next 3, again, this could be either at the day in the park where there's a tent for all this, or it could be its own individual event at the library, and each one is held in a consecutive month. So item 7, we had talked the last time about maybe the schools had the elementary schools, they do any form of art. They could do a diorama, picture of any or all events of U.S. history. And if that's at the day in the park, they would be there. Otherwise, if we could get a section in the library where they could put those, they would do so, and that would be there for the month of March. I think these are kind of things to put as an indoor activity during our downtime of the winter. The item 8 would be now the middle school, that they would do history, evolution of the American flag from inception to present day. Again, we're not going to limit them on how they're going to do that, but just giving them that topic and go through. And if they were to do that as in the library, it would be on display the entire month of April. Then Massac, come May, if it's in the library, they would do the history and exploration of the Declaration of Independence. So they would bring that in there. And this would be, and again, the sponsors for the schools would be, the sponsor would be from the schools, and we would need to assign somebody who could be the contact back into us for the coordination, and leveraging that event. 10, we thought that perhaps that there could be some sort of a performance at the high school that the chorus and the band could do. That, look, if they could get some Hamilton songs that they could play and sing, otherwise patriotic songs for the event, and sell tickets to that, hold for seniors in the front row, and that could be something that maybe happens in the cooler months. 11 is the day of reading. We talked about that. I have that in place, so we know about that. 12 and 13 kind of go together. We thought of Light Up Monroe. If the women's club has done luminaries before for Christmas, could they do something like that for red, white, and blue? Then do it as a fundraiser, and if they can give us a portion of that, that would be lovely. And then also 2, we would have the CT 250 house decorating contest, and we would give, obviously, the gentlemen that work for the children's playground, we would leverage them and see if they could coordinate all that activity, and we would want it done in time for the 4th of July weekend. This way, it's celebrated around town on that weekend, but nobody has to be around per se to do anything on that weekend. But at least we're acknowledging and pushing it out there for that weekend. 14, a bonfire. Maybe at the Great Hollow Lake on the sand there where it's safe, and in April or May, and have the fire department, the scouts also doing that. 15, we thought maybe we could have that ball after all at the Waterview. You know, maybe we could have that gala. We will know if when we talk to the Waterview, see how much it would be per plate, and maybe we could get that done. It'd be kind of a nice festive occasion for everybody. And 16, I just put this down. If there's a history lecture series that could be done. I know, Nicole, you've got things going on at the library for that. If more could be done, just keep that going. That we could have that in place, and that can run certainly from January through July. I mean, that's inside, it's not weather dependent. 17, if you're wanting to go big, I've got no problem with this, to get the Whiffenpoofs. They were here once in the town, and they were so well received. And we could do that and try to see if we could get it at the Massac High School, your auditorium, or St. Jude's or St. Peter's Church, if worst comes to work for that. And then 18, the last one was something simple. Just just a reminder to tell the Memorial Day Parade Committee if they could make their theme for the veterans, for the memorial, based on the America 250 theme. So that's what we've come up with. This was just something to have as something to start discussion and thinking about, you know, as far as what events do we want, who would be responsible for those events, you know, of us, and then if we have to leverage other people and then of course we have to figure out when and how.
So this is all really well done. Thank you so much. This is a lot of good effort put forth to come up with some good, wonderful ideas that are, certainly, some of them are certainly attainable. Others look like a little bit over a challenge, but I'm sure we can get it done. All good. The only thing I was thinking though, like with the concert for the high school or the junior high schools or whatever, and again, maybe this goes back to the correspondence that's going to be established, and again, I'm just talking out loud. I'm not saying this is, the perfect way to do it, but maybe we got to be careful about what you ask for, what you wish for, But I was going to say, like, for instance, if the school is going to do, the high school is doing some kind of a spring concert in April, would that be something we would be receptive to if they want to try to tie into this, knowing that this is part of the focus of our town? Maybe it would be slanted towards that, and with the special songs as you're suggesting, but rather than us saying, well, it's got to be done in May, they're doing something in April, then could we choreograph that into the calendar because it's easier for them? No muss, no fuss for us, and we all still put it on, the published calendar for this overall event, just because of simplicity's sake and convenience, for the high school teacher and the music teachers, directors and all, And I was thinking the same tone. Again, maybe Nicole would know best. Do we actually, in our opening correspondence to Bill Batar's paper and wherever else is going to be published about what this whole thing is all about, which is we still don't have anything yet.
We don't have anything yet, no.
Not yet, but I'm saying, is that something we would offer up to the Boy Scouts? So what if the Boy Scouts are doing some kind of a jamboree that we don't know about, with all of the chapters getting together, all 3 of them or 4 of them we have in town, and they're doing something special. And again, we put them on notice that this is, the 250th focus, and they decided, the leaders there and the Boy Scouts who actually do the organizing decide to try to slant something towards that direction. Would we just embrace it and say, okay, great, and put it on the calendar as one of our planned celebrations of many, and plug it in? Because guess what? Again, no muss, no fuss to us. They're doing something we can give them recognition for. It brings an audience that we don't have to keep retapping for everything we do, because the parents the grandparents are going to follow those boys and girls, towards their event, and that brings another new audience that we wouldn't be able to tap probably if we wish to,
Yeah, I agree, Ray, because this is really just the first forward pass, I'll say.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
when
no,
we
it's
go
great.
out there
It's great.
and
It's great.
we don't know, there could be,
But maybe-
each of these events,
Right,
individual groups are putting
right,
something together
right.
and we don't know. And if
I
that's the
agree.
case,
I
yes,
agree.
let's meld them into our calendar, our
Right,
schedule, and cross off maybe whatever we have here and it gets replaced.
yeah,
But everybody comes then to us and we manage the entire calendar for this whole CT
right, with an
250
umbrella
within
over the whole
Monroe.
thing.
Yeah,
Right. Again,
exactly.
maybe the veteran, the VFWs are doing things that really sync up with these initiatives or efforts. We would just never hear about it. Or
Right.
maybe that group from the big White House next to the town hall, what's the whatever that,
Masons.
the Masons do something that we don't know anything about because we're not members, never heard of what they actually do, frankly, but maybe they do something that that could chime in here because of Nicole's correspondence that's going to go out and gravitate and grab people's attentions to this initiative. They'd say, gee, you know what? Why don't our organization, do it a little bit this way so we can tie into that because, then we can get an audience to come visit us because it has the same, continuity to it. It has the same baseline about 250, and therefore we can bring more people to our event that we never saw before, and we're going to join their event, and so it really,
Right.
aligns itself with everybody getting better participation in audiences, rather than the same group to come to 8 different things because that's who we're appealing to.
Exactly. Yeah. And you're right, because like if I were to, let's say for me, a 906, if the cemetery visitations is something we want, all right, fine. If I would then take now and I would go and approach, let's say Graham and Vic and whoever from the Scouts and Isaac Collins Masons are those people, I would first approach them and say, from the CT 250 of Monroe committee wants to do these event celebrations. I would first ask them and say, are you intending to do anything for this?
Right.
And offer
again-
them and offer us up to them.
Right.
And then if they don't have it, then I would proceed to say, okay, we have some ideas, events we want, and would you want to be able to facilitate
Right.
or own this
Right.
and get this done?
Yeah.
And so
I mean-
I'd approach them that way more graciously
And
than
again,
say,
I
hey, can you
defer
do
to
this for
Nicole,
us?
right?
Yeah.
I defer to Nicole because again, you throw a big broad net out
Right.
to inquire about everybody jump on board and help us with this celebration. And does that invite too many ideas and too many participants? Nicole, I don't know what you think about that,
Oh, you're on mute.
So I hear two different things. I hear one, a press release explaining who we are and inviting either volunteers or organizations to participate. I hear a second one, a letter or a script that we would then either that we would email to contacts or call and or follow up to contacts by a phone call saying, hi, we have a couple ideas. Do you have something that you would like to contribute? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
We
Well,
want two vessels,
Well,
two.
if you think it's advisable, that's what I'm asking, yeah.
Yes, absolutely
So,
advisable.
it may be.
I don't think you'll get anybody involved. I don't think you'll get anything unless you ask.
Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
I know for the bicentennial, how it started out was, Vita had put out a town, announcement saying, calling on all the different organizations in town, whether those be like scouts or even the police and fire, everybody that was welcome, to say, come forth, this is the night, and we want to hear your ideas and find out what you're doing or would want to do. And I'll tell you, we had a pretty good showing of people. We took notes on what they had said.
So are we going back to having that open house night?
I know I came late to one meeting. Maybe that's when it was discussed. I'm not recalling an open house discussion, so I probably wasn't there for that. So bring me
And
up
I
to
think
speed
we
on
said
that.
we definitely, if we're going to ask, we wanted to have 2 or 3 secure events before we ask them.
So well, yes, I'll say yes, partially, right?
Yeah.
We did walk in there with events we had thought of, and we were looking for somebody to sponsor, but we also did the reverse to say, come to us with what they may already have something planned, and what are you doing? And, or they had their own ideas of what they might do, given the fact they got called to come. And then we could tell them, well, we'll incorporate you, we'll manage the whole calendar for the town, and we'll incorporate you and your events into this. So it was kind of a two-way piece of information that happened that night.
Okay.
It's the same thought then, yeah, it's the same
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
Well, I can work on that.
Because
I can work on the 2 things. I can work on a press release. And I can work on a script, a letter, an invite, and we can work on a date for an open house.
and we don't have to give them like this sheet, this spreadsheet.
This
stuff. We
template,
should
right.
just come to just I can put it together. All we need is for that night for ourselves is just a list of our events that we possibly want, you know.
And
to do as well,
absolutely. By
you
the
know?
time I get that far and we get that far,
Yeah,
you know, that's another month. That's fine.
yeah.
We may have a better handle on which
Mhm.
3 events we definitely want to do. Just
Yep.
say 3, maybe 4.
So,
Mhm.
And I can definitely, by the time we do the press release, by the time I write the script and the invitation to come, you know,
mhm.
email that out to people, then we'll go from there.
And one last thing, I haven't had a chance to you yet because Terry and I couldn't connect. I wanted to sit with the first selectman and get some ideas from him because I know he has access to certain things. So I wanted to be able to talk to him so that he may come up with some extra items that
Okay.
he can find for us, you know, so
All right.
that's going to be forthcoming as well.
And that's fine.
Mhm.
And then I
So-
think, I think we ought to move swiftly too on a more simpler note, but as I'm thinking to myself, is that whatever day we do the reading of the Declaration, of Independence, I guess we're doing that on July 4th, then I assume.
We are not doing any of that. Nobody has said that. Looks like
Oh.
if we talked about the fact, maybe you were late to that one, that no one wants to be here for the 4th because it is a 4-day weekend. That's why they want to get everything done by June 30th.
Oh,
Mhm. That's why we thought just to do a town.
well, that might be even better then. What I was thinking was, we better think of the dignitaries that would actually help us, that we'd want here from the state level or whatever, since it's not going to be the 4th, that means probably people are available. So we ought to think of that name so we can hit them up real early before everyone
Mhm.
else does. If you want the Attorney General, if you want the governor, if you want Blumenthal, whoever it is you all want, we probably should do that fast and soon when we figure out what that date is, so that we could, try to send the correspondence appropriately, to try to get that to happen. Because that certainly will bring more limelight to the event, besides the fact that we're just going to do this nice, memorable occasion on the and on the and under the credenza, the gazebo or whatever it's going to be,
Are we talking the date of the open
or in the
house
green,
or the
or
date of
the
whatever
park, wherever it's going to be, whatever
the culminating event? Which
the
is it? The
culminating
date of the culminating event. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because we want to get them plugged in early,
Mhm.
especially if it's not 4th of July. We got a better shot at getting some high profile names. Those
Right.
names will bring people in and of itself, possibly,
Right.
and we can brag that we got them where the next town didn't.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. So because it's almost 8 o'clock on this particular, thank you very much, Donna, and please, and Sue, for working on all of this.
Mhm.
I know that the dates for proclamation are soon. I am on vacation next week, so I'm gonna, if you get that date nailed down, if you could just send it out to the group. Then,
She did, Nicole. She's got the September 6th, the 20th, or the 18th of October.
okay, so whichever one of the 3 is nailed down, because does he have to choose the date, or are we choosing the date?
Those are the dates that Terry was available.
And are we choosing what we want to do?
I think so by what I read, yes. Otherwise, if not those dates, then we would have to do it at a town council meeting.
Okay, so we have to end by deciding what we're going to do and where. So today, because the 6th is the Saturday. 6th is the Harvest Festival, if you want to do it at the Harvest Festival. The
I don't know.
10th, you said the 10th?
September 20th. They're all Saturdays, September 20th, and then October 18th.
Which is a Saturday.
I'm thinking that we go for October 18 because we do need some time to plan, well, exactly how do we want to present this
Okay.
proclamation event, right? Do we need a
Yep.
classic band there, or all that? So the 20th is like, oh geez, less than a month away. And if worst comes to worst on the 18th, October 18th, or any of those days, if it rains or it's inclement weather, we can still hold something in the town council.
Okay. So we're thinking to 12, 8, 10, 18. Are you going to, can you, while I'm away, circle back to Sue about, I don't think she's on vacation next week. I just think she's off for the weekend. So
Yeah,
if you could get back to her to get back to nail down the 18th and what we're doing,
yep.
that would be helpful.
Okay, do you have any ideas as far as what you would like that when the proclamation is read?
No, no,
Okay,
I don't. I don't have, I mean, I have no idea. I mean, every time I've seen a proclamation read, it's just read.
yeah, I wouldn't make it more than like a 30-minute ceremony.
At max,
Yeah, right.
and a Saturday football?
Well, there, when we were sitting and putting this whole schedule together, picking dates, every single day or month, it was just booked. And
I know.
there was a problem. And it's like, I don't think you can, unless it's a major event like the Massac High School graduation, right, day. I don't think you can do this. If you need the park, yeah. But this is just there's so much going on all the time. It's a
So, okay,
busy town.
so, I mean, so again, so if we're looking at October 18th, we would want to get that, the press, we want to have, I would guess we would need to have Sue nailing down by September 18th, because press has to go out at least a month ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we're doing that, then I was just going to read it. I was fine reading it at town council, but we can do whatever we need to do. But I don't think we want to do anything more than just.
Why did we want to take and do more than read it at town council? Can I ask that?
She thought it was great to have a band, but I don't. It's football season. I don't know what they're doing.
How does everybody else think?
Well, I just thought that at town council, no one's even gonna know that happened.
That's right. That's right.
You know, I mean, that's more, we were, you know, if this is basically the reading of the proclamation is almost the official or unofficial kickoff of this whole venture. So if you're gonna sort of wimp out on that and sort of dribble it out to say, okay, we
Yeah.
got that done, check the box, then that's not really the big splash that it deserves to get, you know,
Okay.
groundswell
Got it.
attention.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's why I was
Got
always
it.
trying to
Okay,
say,
and that's fine.
why can't we do it at some kind of a already gathered event where people will actually hear about this rather than reading about Bill Bittar's paper 4 days after it happened?
What's an event? When's the Apple? Well, what do we have?
That's
The
next
Apple
Saturday.
Festival?
Next Saturday. 2 Saturdays. No, the 6th.
Yeah.
2 Saturdays.
Wow. That came
Yeah.
fast.
Oh,
I don't care. I could tell
I mean-
the 6th.
I mean, and it's okay to do October 18th. It is okay. And I know that Sue had her heart set on the band. Maybe she can get the jazz band. Maybe she can get something going. But whatever I would think on the 18th, by September 18th, we're going to need like the agenda, the program, A, B, C, D, proclamation. Thank you for coming.
So
On the 18th. On September 18th, we will need the actual agenda we're doing on October 18th.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna talk to her.
And do we have anybody who's still doing President Monroe? Is Vic still doing that? I mean,
No, why would we need President Monroe?
well, I just thought to ham it up for the proclamation, have him standing there with his black garb on.
Vic is deceased, Ray.
Vic is deceased. No, I didn't mean to say Vic. What was his name? The fellow that used to be on my EDC. He was doing it for a while now too.
Yeah, I see his face, but I don't know if Monroe is necessarily the right president to have. Although he does represent the town.
That's what I'm thinking, you know.
But could he just be costumed,
That's what I'm saying,
people?
just to ham it up a little bit, right? You know?
He doesn't, yeah, because there's also, I reached out to Vivian and Dave Solik because they do a reenactment too, and she wasn't opposed to, helping out with any of the events in costume. The Cornuts used to do it also, although Marcy's not probably doing it now, but they know of other people possibly that could come and ham it up at any of these events.
So
Probably
that's
not.
great. So then, so we need Sue to have, again, on the 18th, on September 18th, we need to know who's coming, what's the order, if we're going to have music, are we reading whatever, A, B, C, D, because that is going to be what my press release is going to be.
Mhm.
And I'm sure the selectmen will want to know what's actually going to happen that day.
Of course.
So I don't know if Sue can reach out back to you, Karen, or you can give her contact information to get that agenda going.
And is there any dignitaries from the state that's actually heading up this initiative that we should know their name or?
Well, I'm not going to send an invitation until I have an agenda
No, but
because, and I would send it to our reps.
Yeah, right.
And that's who I would send it to. I
Oh,
would
yeah.
send it to, I can send it to America 250 Connecticut. I don't have anyone particular that they have. It's all Connecticut Humanities. But I would send it to our reps and I have that information.
Yeah. Is there anything going on the September 20th in town?
Not that I know of,
Because you
but
said the
but we would need the agenda now, today, so that I could get
I
the
know.
press out and invite people. It's a month.
Yep. That's why I'm thinking it precludes, it's gotta be the October 18th.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, I'll talk to, I'll follow up with Sue, and Karen, can I tell Sue to, work with you too, to get the,
Yeah, absolutely. I can text her the information.
okay, great. Okay,
Cool.
I'll talk to her, not a problem.
So so October 18th then is a question mark then?
October 18th is definitely the day. On September 18th, Sue will have to reach out to the resources here and in town to create an agenda so that we have an agenda I can use to send the press out and invite Bill Batar, our state reps, and get the word out.
Right. And when Bill runs it, he initially runs it as its own article, and then subsequently he can put it under the heading of what does he have? What's going on in town or something like that.
Right. And it's 2 weeks before election. That will look a good optic for the first selectman.
A good optic for everybody. I'd invite everybody. Yeah,
No, but
but
it's also a good optic.
yeah. So I didn't even think of that. I'm not even going there. Don't want to make it all political.
Nope, but it is.
Yeah, that's true. Timing is good.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. I'll follow up with Sue. No problem.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay, so we have one event we can figure. We have two events. We have the celebration of reading. We have the proclamation.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking in September, we're going to need to nail down what is our culmination event. Is it the Revolutionary War tattoo, music at that presentation? Is it the one day? Are we, what else are we doing so that we can have maybe anchors? We have the proclamation and we're anchoring it with whatever big day, because whatever that anchor is, again, remember, we've got to make sure we've got permissions, reservations, police involved, or whatever else we need to do in town.
And Nicole, can you follow at town hall to see what days are available in, maybe in September, that we could have the town council chambers to invite the public to when we're ready to put that press out? Say come and.
So I have actually reserved the Ehlers room instead of, if we ever needed to,
Okay.
on our day of meeting, I have reserved downstairs in the Ehlers room.
Oh,
because
good.
it's just easier than going through town council.
Oh, beautiful. I didn't
So
even
we
think of
have
that.
the Ehlers room every other Thursday from now until July 4th.
Perfect. Okay.
But what are you hoping to do in there?
As we had talked before, that once we kind of nail down our proposed list of events, to have a meeting inviting all the organizations in town to come to, so that we could hear their ideas and if what they're doing for the CT 250, if anything in town, and then to also reach out to them to say, we have our events and we're looking for people to volunteer. So it's that.
Yeah, so it would be here at the Ehlers room.
Yep.
I'm here to midnight, who knows?
So pick a day for that when we could do it. I would think we can do it sometime in September. That'd be great. Like one of our meetings, we just go in.
So that would be September 18th, which is really important meeting, because we're going to, or after that, because we definitely need the agenda and discuss it on that meeting so that we can give it to the first selectman on the 19th. So I can get the press out on the 20th. So I don't say that it is not important, Donna, but I don't know also when open houses are. I just don't know all of that. So let me go on vacation. Let me write the
Oh, yeah,
press
no,
release.
I'm not asking for anything now, just
Yeah.
a
But
request to
So
say.
the 4th,
pick
so
a
I come
day.
back from vacation, it's the 4th,
Mm-hmm,
okay?
Yeah.
The 18th, we have to meet because we have to talk about the agenda
mm-hmm.
for the 18th in October. Then we have the 2nd and the 16th of October.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have November 6th. November 20th is the week before Labor Day, before Thanksgiving, I'm sorry. So, I mean, we can do other days, but
Mm-hmm.
it goes faster than you think.
I know.
Mm.
It goes fast and then it tightens up real quick.
Yep.
At the end of the year. I mean, you know,
Yep.
you don't want to do anything probably in November or December because of the holidays.
Yep.
Yeah, forget those 2 months.
Right. That's what I mean.
So yeah, so I think if we focus on the proclamation, I can do some of my letter writing and things like that. Go from there and see if we can get that going.
There you go.
Have I missed anything else we wanted to talk about?
No.
All right.
So the public meeting is up September 18th then?
Our next meeting is Thursday, September 4th.
Right?
On September 18th, we have a presentation by Sue DeGeorge on the agenda of what's happening on the proclamation
Okay.
event. That's happening on October 18th.
Right. And then when's the public meeting?
I have not decided that because we
Okay.
haven't, we don't even have letters and invites started.
Okay, so that's to be determined. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
Cole, can you send me this back, this file back to me?
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Anything else for the good of the thing? Yeah, and that was the last thing we had, item D, press release for the town organization. So we're right on schedule with what we have to do.
Oh, okay.
that?
That's good. That's
Right.
good.
Nice going.
All right, so what I'll try to do, I won't get it done tomorrow, but I'll get it done when I come back. I need to reach out to the person on the t-shirt, what's the name of it? Trying to get 3 bids on that. Work with staff here on writing the press release, the invitation, figuring out a date here, which may be our meeting date, may have to be another date. We'll figure that out. And I hope to have some of that ready for us on the 4th.
And then how about back to the Amazon thing? So ordering the shirts, you're gonna stockpile the inventory and forget about Amazon?
No, I don't know. That is not a dead deal because I'm
Okay.
waiting for town hall and the finance department to see what they can do and where they can help me make it work, if it can work. It's not a dead deal.
And so how do you commit to the printers as to what they're doing?
I'm going to be committing them on t-shirts and caps.
But how many?
Excuse me?
But you can't say how many until Amazon gets involved or something?
Nope. They're like the 4th vendor.
Oh, okay. I see.
They're the 4th vendor.
Okay. I thought they were just the distribution.
I know. We were hoping for that. Not going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Nicole, I kind of know we talked about this at I think maybe the last meeting is kind of like a sidelight. But is it possible for you to go to the first selectman and see if you can seed like 5,000 for us?
I've done that 4 times.
All right, well then, I guess 3 times a charm is out then too. So if you
I have no charm.
Oh, your charm.
I came off mute to share that laugh, by the way. You know who you are, Nicole.
I know exactly where I am. Trust me,
Mhm.
Kevin.
No, that's fine. Let's get our
That's
t-shirts.
okay.
Let's get our t-shirts out there then.
That's exactly right. And and so piggybacking on that thought, Donald, this is also why I'm pushing you to October, because
Yeah.
God willing, the creek don't rise. Maybe
Exactly.
I can load Amazon. Maybe we can buy t-shirts. Maybe an angel would put money in the bucket, and then we could have t-shirts. Oh, wouldn't that be lovely?
Did the press, well, the press release go out for the website and the donations? I can't remember.
No, I did not do that. I did only the person, the website. When did that just happen? I've been
just
on
did it.
vacation a lot. This is why I shouldn't take
The
time
nerve
off.
of you.
I know this is why I can't take time off, because productivity goes to zero. So no, I didn't do that. Good idea. I do that one too.
Huh.
Okay.
Well, the nerve of you going on vacation. What's wrong
Gosh,
with you, man?
golly gee whizzikers.
I know.
But anyway, yeah. So we'll get that done. I'm not. I think. I mean, for as late as maybe we are starting, I don't feel so bad where we are. I don't feel bad. I know it's going to come fast and furious, but I don't feel bad. So
No, we got
time.
we got plenty of time.
Plenty
It's
of
still
time.
it's still 2025, I
It's
think.
still 2025. What the heck?
We got another year.
Mhm.
On that note, anybody else have anything for the good of the cause?
No.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and call a meeting because I know it's a busy night and you all want to go home if you're not there already. Ray, that will be at 8:12. I'm going to say thank you very
Okay.
much, everyone, and have a good night.